rolled out, and then when the mobile internet rolled out. I think Facebook would be one of those winners, but there's a lot of other plays in here.
Mark, can you do something definitionally for the audience, which is, and I think they're different, but maybe you think they're the same. There's Web 3.0 on one end and Metaverse. Now, Metaverse may be part of Web 3.0, but I don't think they're the same things.
I have found these concepts a little bit confusing too, Andrew. So I think when people talk about the metaverse, I think in many ways there should be more to this than just virtual reality, but I think that's a large part of it. So let's get down to the apps. This is what really is going to drive all this. The question is whether we will use virtual reality type devices for interactions, work collaboration, social collaboration, if it's going to be a virtual social network, for things like training. And there are plenty of interesting examples already in the marketplace. I mean, there are what I call meta shoots, if you will, green shoots, meta shoots. So I'll throw out a couple of them. Roblox has got 50 million people now on a daily basis interacting with their system. The question is whether all these become interoperable or not. There's a company called Striver that creates these virtual reality headsets that Walmart's using for for 1 million of their associates for training in managing customer service and managing crowds. And then Facebook has sold 10 million of this Oculus Quest 2 devices. One of the major big unlocks, however, may well be if Apple really does develop a virtual reality headset and rolls it out next year. They're pretty good at devices, and you need somebody to really unlock mass market appeal, and Apple could do that.
Mark, are you expecting, I see you're wearing a pair of glasses right there. Are you expecting Apple to do it and to do it in a way that works for the quote metaverse? The reason I ask is there's, I think, a lot of speculation around this being more of an AR, augmented reality style headset, if you will, something that you can actually see through, but maybe adds graphics and other text and other things into the glasses while you walk around and see, but you can see the world, as opposed to a VR experience where you're effectively closed off from the world, but you're living in this metaverse.
So I don't know that they have to be mutually incompatible. I think you're going to see both of these rise in the space that I look at, which is really kind of consumer internet. Snap and Evan Spiegel make a very strong argument for why the world's going AR, not VR. There are kind of limits to how much people want to really be in presence virtually. Zuckerberg is much more on the aggressive VR side. He thinks that people will want to do that. He's going to try to create a lot of use cases to help people do that. So I don't know, but the device is going to be one of the key unlocks. Andrew, you're right. If it's not the clunky headset, if it's entering VR and AR is as simple as taking on and putting on a pair of glasses, boy, that could unlock a series of use cases. But that has to be Oculus Quest 5, which is version 5, which I don't know is 5 years, 7 years down the road. If the devices get better and better, I mean, the apps that are on the Quest 2 right now, I think are really stunning. But there's only 10 million of us who like that. You need to get to 100 million to really prove that there's mass market appeal. And by the way, last thing, you got to make sure these systems are interoperable. If Roblox is creating its own metaverse and Facebook its own and Apple its own, it's not going to work. You need these things to be interoperable.
Mark, I want to thank you, as always, for living in the Squawkverse. We appreciate it. Joe?
Thanks.